Hi, my name is Tara Burkhead, and I am the chef instructor at Tri-County Tech. And this is Seth Day, our catering and culinary specialist here. And today we are going to demonstrate some nice, warm, homey dinners that you can have during the winter time, but don't take a whole lot of time of your time to make, but classic comfort foods. So Seth is going to show you how to start off with a little bit of a Tex-Mex casserole.
Absolutely. So what we have here, I have some Fritos, and then I have some browned ground beef that I've added taco seasoning to. I have some grated cheddar cheese, and then I have some salsa. And for this recipe, you can use spicy, mild, whatever you'd like. Even enchilada sauce is excellent in this. And then I have black olives and green onions. All right, so essentially we're just gonna start out with our Fritos, and we're gonna just layer this. Similar to like a 7-layer dip or something like that that you would use at Super Bowl time. So we're gonna put a few Fritos in the bottom. Yeah. And then we're gonna start with our beef. Just want kind of a thin layer of beef on here.
Seth is using Fritos, but you could use any type of corn tortilla chip. You might need to crush it up a little bit. It'd be really good for a bag of tortilla chips that have gotten crunched by mistake, right?
Perfect. That would be amazing. Yes. So in your grocery bag that got crushed at the grocery store, this would be a perfect opportunity to use those. So then I'm just gonna add my chunky mild salsa over the top of this. And it's important not to get a ton of the juice in here. You tend to lose a lot of the crunch from the chips. This is also something that you could simplify even a little more possibly by using tortillas and rolling beef in them. This would be more of an entertaining style of dish if you were to do that. Roll the beef in them and then top it with enchilada sauce or even the salsa. All right, so now we're gonna do our second layer, which don't worry, this flattens out in the oven quite a bit. So if you're above the edge of the container, all good. It'll flatten down. Beautiful. We're gonna put some more beef on there. This is a very quick and easy recipe. Literally can take 5 minutes, and then it's ready in 5 minutes. All right, and some more cheese, because who can have too much cheese?
Not me. All good. More the better.
All right. We're gonna put some more salsa on top of that, because salsa is just amazing. Spice some things up in your life. And it doesn't really matter if you get it all covered. In the oven, it pretty much kind of spreads out and does its thing. Pretty.
That cheese is gonna be nice and bubbly.
Absolutely.
So delicious.
We're gonna top it with the rest of our olives here and the rest of our green onions. And then we'll call it good.
Yeah. This is a really great quick recipe for if you're having some friends over, you're just having a chill night, watching a little bit of TV, playing some games, whatever. This is great. A little casserole to throw together to show for your friends. Maybe have some sour cream around for those that want to top it off with some sour cream.
Absolutely.
Or guacamole. It'd be really delicious.
That would be really good. And also, even ranch dressing is absolutely amazing on this.
Heck yeah. Well, so, not much ranch isn't good.
Right. So you would finish this off in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes. 12 maximum, and you're completed. It's perfect for just a late night snack even.
Yeah, awesome. Great. I'm going to demonstrate a quick chicken and noodle dish using leftover chicken. This is from a rotisserie chicken that was already cooked that we purchased at Walmart. That is left over. If you have other leftover grilled chicken, it doesn't even matter. So we got leftover chicken, the frozen noodles that you can buy in the frozen food department at your local grocery store. We've got a little bit of butter. I've got some flour to make a thicker paste. This here is chicken base that you can buy at the grocery store. Also, a well-known brand is called Better Than Bouillon. It's a paste. You don't have to use this. You could use chicken bouillon that comes in cubes or powder. It just adds a nice savory flavor and a richness to your chicken and noodles. I've got just a few vegetables, just some celery and carrots that's going to add some nice flavor and a beautiful color in there. And then I'm going to add some heavy whipping cream, but you could use half and half or milk if you'd like. I also am going to use some chicken stock. Whether you've made it at home, we've made it here, but you can buy chicken stock on your shelves at the grocery store. So let's get started. So we're going to heat our pan or pot up. I'm going to put in a couple tablespoons of butter. Like I've said in the past, if you can use real butter, it's best. It's going to add a lot of richness and flavor. But you need to be careful. Butter will burn quickly. So you want to make sure you're melting that over just a low to medium heat. To get that melted into that, I'm going to add, a teaspoon or so of that chicken base I was talking about. I'm going to get that whisked in. Nice. Get that all melted in there. Be kind of a golden color. And then I'm going to turn down my heat just a little bit. I'm going to whisk in, a couple tablespoons of flour. Make a nice paste. Maybe one more. We want this to be thick and rich and delicious, right? This is perfect for a cold winter's day. Just perfect. So you see that paste that I've made? It's not globby. It's pretty smooth and it will run around the pan, but it's a paste. It's definitely a paste. So to that, I'm going to quickly whisk in a cup or so. I'm just making enough for myself, but so you can always double this recipe.
Make it any size.
Correct. So I'm gonna now cut my heat up and I'm going to bring that to a simmer. I'm gonna add my vegetables. Now for time purposes, we won't get this completely done, but at this point, you're going to want to let this simmer for a good probably 15 minutes to get those vegetables softened in. I'm going to let this come up and get fairly thick. So
it smells absolutely divine.
At this point, you can start, even though it's not quite ready, you can start tasting that broth and see what is it you need. I think we need some pepper. So we're going to put in some ground black pepper. I think it could use just a little bit of salt. Go in with that.
Very important that you taste frequently as you add spices and flavors to your dishes. That way you have a good balance of flavor at the end of the process.
So I also added some thyme leaves. You could use fresh herbs. You could do a little bit of parsley if you wanted to. thyme, and there's an herb called savory that is really good with chicken. You could also, a little bit of ground sage would be delicious in this. So it has thickened up nicely. Like I said, I would let this go probably another 10 minutes or so. You want those vegetables to soften in there. But once again, for the sake of time in this demo, the next thing I'm going to add are the frozen noodles. Okay, so you would add your frozen noodles, let this simmer. Oh, probably another 10 minutes or so. Whatever the packaging says, the directions there will tell you how long it takes for them to get done. And I can watch this. I know that I'm going to add some chicken. This is going to continue to cook and reduce and thicken. And so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more of my chicken broth. It's looking really pretty. I love the color. A lot of people don't put vegetables in their chicken and noodles, but man, this is a good way to get your veggies in. And then it just looks gorgeous like that.
Absolutely.
So we're just going to pretend those noodles got done. And at this point, I'm going to add my chicken in there. You could also add in some leftover turkey or whatever. So, and then I like to finish it off with just a couple tablespoons of cream.
The smoothness to the palate feel.
Oh yeah, and it just adds just such a lovely, rich flavor. And I don't have a whole lot of noodles in here. A lot of us are watching our carb intake, but you could put a lot more noodles in here if you wanted to. You could make this as thick or as soupy as you want. You could actually serve it as a soup. You could add a few more noodles in there, thicken it up, and serve it as a stew. Either way, this is just a delicious meal on a cold, frosty night.
Absolutely.
Wonderful comfort food.
Absolutely.
So there you are, 2 easy, quick meals, comfort food meals that you can enjoy this winter. We hope you've enjoyed the presentation.
Thank you for watching.